Hello everyone, welcome to the Homestead. We're here on Goldcrest Valley today for the first episode of Survival Challenge. Now, I could talk about my plans or what we are going to do, but I think maybe we should just get right ahead and started. And I'll tell you while I'm cutting down some trees. I'm going to take these trees here in the opening to widen our driveway a lot. While I'm doing that, I'll talk a little bit about why I started this series. I was inspired by a few channels. Most notably, Daggerwin is a heavy inspiration for me. And I want to learn a little bit, as I tend to struggle with finding things to do while I'm waiting for crops to grow, or I get trapped in silage. Now, we have a good amount of land to work with here. We've got these two plots right here, 22 and 18. Now, thankfully, we won't be having to plow our own field, at least not this first time. And the goal right now, you can see it's March, and we're aiming for a soybean crop in the ground next month. So we're trying to get our hands on a planter and a bag of seeds. There's a nice 2-row planter I have in mind. Should be pullable by our tractor. It's a green one, holds about 100 liters. The only thing we've got is a chainsaw, our tractor, and there's actually a small forestry cart behind it. Now, the forestry cart is pretty nice. Can hold about 2 of these 25-meter trees. It's not a lot, as we're playing on hard difficulty. The price for 1,000 liters of wood is about $1,000. So because of that, once we've got a crop in the ground, harvesting it is going to be the rush. Though if we're lucky, I don't anticipate a whole lot of issue between now and then. We'll go ahead and take that one too. Now, something I've noticed, I'm using the lumberjack mod here. That's what's letting me get these tree stumps. But occasionally, it seems I'm able to reach trees that are not on our property. And I'll do my best to avoid cutting those. Next, I'll use the built-in measurement tool here and cut them down to 2-meter pieces. These 2-meter pieces are almost always liftable. Sometimes they're a bit over, and I'll have to split them down a little more. But you can see here that the pieces will fit nicely on this trailer I welded up out of some scrap metal. We got an old busted up tractor. Let's see if it starts. Yeah, sure does. And we'll pull it forward a little bit. There. Now, I won't be showing but once of the trip. Forgive my yawning. I'll only be showing the trip to the sawmill just once. I feel any more than that would get a little redundant. And I'll meet back up with you all every time I actually hit the sell button to kind of show the progress and how much we're getting per load. Dropped the log. I did some looking, and this trailer, while full, can be pulled up the hills on this map here, Goldcrest. So, nothing really surprising is going to happen during our trips either. So with that being said, I'll speed this process up just a little. Whew, took me a few hours, but got all that loaded and cut. Some kind of superhuman up in here. Well, let's get a move on. I really gotta get this thing maintained. At least we've got a tank of gas. Alright. So we've got some rules for this playthrough. Number 1, no workers. Number 2, no renting. Number 3, no super strength. Number 4, no loans. Number 5, hard difficulty. I believe that's all the main rules. I'll only be showing this drive just once. Other drives will be time-lapsed or entirely cut out. Because honestly, this is boring. And I know it is. The woodwork will typically go in a similar fashion. You'll get a time lapse of it being cut, and then a jump to when it's loaded. Because no one wants to watch that. Come on. Little tractor that could. Come on now. Dude, just pass me. As you can see, we are able to make it up the hill, albeit a little slowly. But this is the worst hill we have to climb. This is the smallest Massey Ferguson that I have installed, and we probably will have it for a while, as it makes a good front loader. But we'll have to see. For now, this is what we have. That and negative $2. Now the plot 22 we have does have room to expand, so we will be buying a plow eventually, but it will be after the first planting. I'd like to get some soybeans in the ground. And, well, it'll be a bit of a rush to get the harvester. Depending on how this load goes, I might be able to give a rough guess. There we go. Now we can get moving. Be lovely to have four-wheel drive, but I'm just happy to not have a trike. The wide front will do us a lot of wonders. Slow down to take the turn there, so we don't tip over. That'd be embarrassing. The first time we head this way and I tip the tractor, yeesh. So you can see we pass over a bridge that takes us over the railway, but the hill is not nearly as bad coming loaded as it was heading down the main road. You'll see it wants us to go 15 over the bridge, and, well, we can't go any faster than that. Not loaded anyway. No train coming right now. And away we go. Let's see. Anything else of note for the series? I'd like to do a little bit of grass work, if possible. However, I don't want to get trapped. Silage is an addicting crop. It is high value, regrows itself, and overall it's just highly efficient. It'd be great to do, but I'd rather our primary income not be just silage. I'd like to try and steer clear for a short time into any form of passive income. Things like greenhouses, generators, or even just a factory will all have to come later. For now, let's get this sold. If we can get what we need, I'll be quite happy. Woo! Now that is a good amount. Look at that. Let's get home. Back to the homestead, which is really just a tent on our land. But I'm quite excited because not only will we be able to get the planter, but we'll be able to afford a good amount of seeds and even start on our way towards getting a front loader attached here. We can get the attacher. I don't know that we'll be able to afford the forks just yet. So we're going to head back. We're going to drop off this trailer at the homestead. And I'll see you when we get there. Finally back home. Of course, not for long. It may only be noon, but we've got a little bit more work to do for the episode before we call it. We'll probably end up doing half-day episodes for a good bit. Now, let's see. Planters. Now this one's a bit of a joke, but I do appreciate it existing. This is what we need. And of course, a nice bag of seeds. That's what I thought. About 1,300. Unfortunately, not a whole lot left to work with, but I think we can get the attacher point for our front loader, if nothing else. I'll see you when we're back at the store. You know what I just realized? It took us almost an hour to deliver that wood. I mean, we were rewarded handsomely for that hour, but still. There we are. planter full of soybeans. And while we're here, let's see what we can do to this tractor. Let's see. We could add a front weight, a front guard, increase the engine size to go up in horsepower, multi-power. What's the difference? Maybe that'll actually let us hit 21 like it says. Wheel setup, wide tires, wheel weights, standard. Now I'm not too partial to the cab myself, but these flat top fenders, I like to think they give a nice spot to rest your arms. The ROPS or the regular shell types. Now, let's do, oh, looks like we don't quite have enough for that. Well, let's see if that multi-power engine does anything for us, shall we? I say we earned a little more. Well, no. We need to go ahead and save that. We could repair. Such an old tractor. Who cares? Swinging around here. We're just going to leave our seeds here. We're going to save that money to be a little closer towards our goal of buying a harvester. Now to everyone watching, I think that'll do it for the first episode. And I'll meet you in the next episode when we're back at the homestead. Thanks for watching.